What's going on YouTube? Kamikazevondoom here with another Division 2 video. Now shout out to the DoD, Disciples of Doom. In today's video, it is another Manic Mondays episode. It is Monday, July 5th. I hope everyone had a great 4th of July yesterday if you're a part of North America and the United States. And for everyone else, I hope you just had a great weekend overall. But today's episode is going to be solely about last week's, event. Now, last week in the Manic Mondays, I explained that there wasn't really anything new from the developers, there wasn't really anything new from content creators, and that, every few months or so, I usually, hit up Yannick or, some of the developers over on Twitter, and every once in a while they will get back to me. I believe last week I talked to you guys about how Yannick was communicating with me that they were trying to replace Hamish for a community manager, creative director kind of slot to help, bring back State of the Game. But since then, it's been pretty quiet. Well, after last week's episode, I decided to go back on Twitter and hit up the developers again. This time I was asking about gear sets within the raid, and Yannick came back and replied again. And he agreed that he would be open to having a list made of easy to implement changes that would greatly improve the quality of life of the Division 2. We all know that they are working on additional content, they are working on a new game mode, and all of that, and it is set to be released at the end of the year. However, what we were discussing is having a quality of life patch that would either be included with the new content or be released before the new content that would greatly increase, the quality of life of our game. So, me, the Dream Team, the Division Dream Team, Elites Academy, Sergeant Graybeard, Gamey Daddy, Kong Style, oh my gosh, the list goes on. Poison Smurf, there's so many I can't even remember. But shout out to all of you creators, streamers, and just community figures for reaching out. I do appreciate it, whether it be on Twitter, YouTube, Discord, what have you. I went through all of the comments, I went through all of the debates, and I finally did come up with a list to give to Yannick. Now, what I'm about to tell you is just going to be about the list. I'm not going to talk about what ifs. I'm not going to talk about, any sort of drama there within. But what I'm going to share with you is just what I personally sent over to Yannick. So it's only going to be the bullet points. I'm not going to talk about our discussions or anything of. I am just strictly going to give you what I sent for the list of quality of life changes. That way, you know that you've been heard. I went through, I think it was like 300 or 350 comments on YouTube. I went through about 100 different comments on Discord, and I've talked to over a dozen different content creators, streamers, community figureheads, what have you. And this is the list that I came up with your help. All right, starting out with loadouts. I sent in the proposal to have the option to move your loadouts. So if you look at your loadouts, say I want this one up at the top. I can't move my loadouts at all. And I asked, what if we can change that to where we can actually move these loadouts and make them, easier to customize and, whatever. The next part was specializations within the loadouts. So, if, say, you're making a new build, right? And let's just take Sharpshooter, for example. I have Sharpshooter as my very first loadout. Well, if I put on sharpshooter right now, I have 126k assault rifle damage on my sharpshooter. Well, if I switch, let's just go all the way down here. Okay, cool. I'm on gunner. Now let's go over here to sharpshooter. Now this is a problem that I'm trying to have them address. So if I just go to sharpshooter and let's say respec into LMGs, right? I do not have the sharpshooter enabled on my build, right? I'm using the gunner specialization. Well, that just impacted my other builds. Now you can see my Eagle Bearer is at 118k, where it was just at 126k. And that's because I changed it while on a different loadout, and it completely changed all my other loadouts that have that, specialization equipped. So I'm trying to get it to where once you make this change per loadout, it should be custom to that loadout. So say I have sharpshooter on this loadout, and then I want this, loadout to be sharpshooter. I want it to be able to have one loadout to have a specialization procced exactly how I want it, and same with the other. Another example is your technician. Say you have a healer build, right? Well, you want to enable this perk right here for the 10% skill healing. However, if you have another build that is technician for skill damage, you want this talent activated. Well, if you do that and then you switch back to your healer build, you're not going to have the 10% skill healing enabled. So then you'd have to go back to the base of ops, you'd have to go back to this, and then, respec it into healing. But then you're not going to be able to use your skill build that has technician. So if you see what I mean. All right. So that is all about the loadouts. Let's see the next category that I talked about. Next category is the specializations again. So after completing the specializations, I asked that the grenades be enabled for all builds. So you can see that all of my specializations are maxed out, correct? And if you go in here, you actually have to proc, available specialization points to unlock the grenade. Well, if you unlock the grenade for each of these specializations, I believe you should be able to use them on any build. For example, right here, I'm able to see all of the grenades that I've unlocked, but I'm not able to actually enable them. It does not give me the option. And I think that we should, if you have them unlocked, they should be able to transfer to any build. So say I want to run gunner with an incendiary grenade. Why not? Why do I only have to use a concussion or a foam grenade? That's not really fair, you know what I mean? So that's a part of the specializations that I wanted to get looked at as well. Now another thing with specializations, the field research. So a lot of people don't know about these field researches, and a lot of people don't know about the special named weapons and named items that are within these field research. So for example, this is the gunner specialization field research. Right here for the second stage, you unlock a named vest. This is the named vest. I believe it's Petrov, and it comes with perfectly braced. Not a lot of people know about that. Another one, the Slepner. I'm sure I'm butchering it, but that's a named LMG. If we go, let's see, firewall. Let's see what's on here. You have the Savage Wolverine. A lot of people still don't have the Savage Wolverine. Another one is the ammo dump. This is your named holster with ammo capacity added to it. So a lot of these have these special, let's see, Motherly Love gloves and the send-off shotgun. See, I still don't have the send-off shotgun. And for this, I believe that they should add a different way to get these named weapons or items because they're not being used throughout the community like they should. And I believe that is everything for the specializations. So we've talked about loadouts, we've talked about specializations. Let's talk about apparel. All right, so looking at apparel, if we go to, okay, right here. So you can see at the bottom of your screen, I am over 90,000 textiles. And I have about 1,200 premium credits. Now, going to the apparel itself, it says right there under cash that I have all event items collected. That means I have every single outfit, no matter what. Now, what I want them to be able to do is say, let's see, where is it? I believe it's on, is it premium? One of these. Weapon skins. Okay. So this is for weapon skins, correct? And the only way to get these skins are from premium credits. And I don't know about you guys, but I don't have any of these. I'm not going to sit here and spend premium credits on all these different skins that I'm probably not ever going to use. However, what I would do, like, look at some of these. Some of these are really cool looking skins. What I would do and what I'm proposing is that why not allow us to either purchase these skins with textiles or allow us to convert the textiles to premium credits. That way we can buy these skins. It's really crazy to know that these textiles are in the game, but if you already have all the outfits, you're just collecting textiles for no reason. And that's why I'm at 90,000 textiles. And it's because there's so many of these skins that you can't unlock without premium credits. And I think, using textiles to convert to premium credits would probably be the way to go. Another part of the whole textile thing is, what if we were able to use apparel dye? So say, one of these, you love the look of one of these, whether it be, a hooded jacket, whether it be, the military jacket, whether, any of these. What if we could purchase a apparel dye with textiles? That would probably help out as well. That way I'm not always running around with my yellow raincoat. Maybe I could have a green raincoat. Maybe I could have a gray raincoat. Maybe I could have, I don't know, a red raincoat. What have you. But just giving us the option to do that would greatly increase, the diversity of apparel. Whether it be reskinned or not, you're still customizing it to your own. Let's see if I got everything for apparel. Oh, the next thing, mask for apparel. So say I want to change my mask, right? If I want, I don't know, the Santa Claus mask. See how it takes my hood away? But it allows me to have the hood with the smaller masks. So you can see all of these smaller masks, it allows me to have the hood up, but whenever I have, the full helmet, it doesn't allow the hood to be over it. And I'm proposing that why not just allow all of the masks to be worn underneath the hood? Why does it have to be only, certain masks? Alright, so that's everything for apparel. Next up are the skills. Now, a lot of you asked me about skills. So what I proposed, first and foremost, fixing the trap glitch in the DZ. Whether it be creating a cooldown on traps, if you already have one down, you can't lay down another one, or maybe say you can lay down 2 traps at a time, but anything more than that, they start to cancel each other out, or just making some sort of, PvP disabled, attribute to it. Something along those lines, because I have been seeing videos, come up to the surface of, people putting traps throughout an entire building at once. Because either they're using rigger, they're using hardwired, what have you, and they're just putting down trap after trap after trap after trap, and then they go rogue, and if anyone goes, within 100 yards of them, they die because there's explosive traps throughout everywhere. That's pretty much game breaking in my opinion, and I think that could be easily fixed. Now, the next one is about shields. Let's see. I need to have on a tanky build. Okay. And then shields. So let's go down to the shields. Right here, you can see that I have a tier 6 shield just from my blue core attributes. Now, I know this is gonna be pretty controversial. I propose that we disable blue core attributes to help with the shield. I think that if you are a tank, you should not be able to run around as a tank and have a 6-tier shield on top of that. That is my personal opinion. I think that you should not be allowed to spec into all blues and be able to have a killer shield. There are no other skills in this game that allow that, just the shield. And that is why shield builds seem to be very popular in PvP. It's because you can run, a red and blue build and still have a pretty nice shield. You could have an all blue build and still have a pretty nice shield. And I think that should not be the case. If you're not going to allow that for all the skills, why would you allow that for the shield? And if you're going to allow that for the shield, my counter to that would be allow the defender drone. Allow the defender drone, because you can see that the icon right next to the drone is a shield icon. Why not allow blue core attributes to help out the defender drone? If you're going to allow it for the shield, I think you should allow it for the defender drone. Because me personally, I don't run around with shields. I don't like shields. I encourage my opposing enemy to run a shield because it's easier to get headshots. But as far as me personally using it, I would rather use a defender drone than a shield any day of the week. But that just, matches my playstyle. Now, the next part of this is the Deflector shield. So the Deflector shield, the only weapon you can use is a sidearm. Now, a lot of you have asked, and I did push this forward, is why not at least allow SMGs to be used with it? Why not? You can use all these other shields with all the weapons except for the Bulwark. The Bulwark being the biggest shield, of course, you only can use a sidearm. But the Deflector shield is actually the smallest of all the shields. So why not allow the SMG to be used with it? I think that's a great idea. So let's see if I got all that. Yep. All right, next one is the flame turret. Now, shout out to Identity. He's a content creator on YouTube. He actually made a full video about this. Now, I completely agree with him. Since day one, everyone that played the Division 1 has noticed the Division 2 flame turret is completely different from the Division 1 flame turret. And back in the day, they had a gear set called Firecrest for the flame turrets in the first game. And it was amazing. The flame turret was OP. It was a lot of fun to use. And it was just, I don't know, I enjoyed it. Now, the flame turret for this game is the complete opposite. It doesn't do target acquisition. It doesn't do 360s. It is in a fixed position. I believe it's about, 180 degrees, where it just strafes left and right whenever you manually turn it on. I think that's horrible. The whole mechanic is broken in my opinion, and I think that making this the same mechanics as, like, say, the assault turret, where it automatically tracks and attacks hostiles and it goes 360. I think just adding that mechanic to the incinerator turret would be your best bet. Let's see. So that was about the skills, right? Let's talk about the raid. All right, let's talk about the raid. So let me go over there. Boop, because a lot of you are still talking about this raid. Now, my qualms with the raid, let's go up here just so it looks cool that I'm up here. All right, so going to the pilot, talking about raids. All right, we have 2 raids, Dark Hours and Iron Horse. Iron Horse has been out for over a year now, and Dark Hours has been out for well over 18 months. Now, why not enable matchmaking, right? Now, before you comment and give me some whatever excuse for not allowing matchmaking, just hear me out. Why not allow matchmaking but disable kicking an agent during a boss engagement? So, say you're matchmaking, right? And everyone gets together, okay? And Bob is running a rainbow build with 2 blues, 2 yellows, 2 reds. He's using, I don't know, the PP19 and, let's see, the M249 Para LMG, right? Some weapons that no one would ever use, correct? And you don't like what Bob's using. You can kick Bob right then and there on the spot. However, if Bob has a legit raid build and we are, fighting Boomer and Bob goes down 5-6 times, you can't just kick Bob. You have to wait until everyone wipes and then you can kick Bob. But as soon as you start that engagement again, you are not allowed to kick anybody. Same with at the end of Razorback, just like all of us know, you don't want to kick somebody before they get their loot. So I think at Razorback, they should also disable kicking an agent, because after you defeat Razorback, everyone wants to go to the end box and try to get the Eagle Bearer. And I think that, some people might get salty and be like, oh, thanks for that raid carry, and then kick everybody. And then that's the only person that gets the loot. I think that should be disabled to prevent that. Now, doing these things will prevent any toxicity throughout raid matchmaking. We are all here to help out each other. We are all here to get the Eagle Bearer or get, someone else the Eagle Bearer. So why not enable matchmaking, but just disable the option to kick them while you're in an engagement or while you're at Razorback? Let's see, raids. Just going down my list here. All right. Next part is enabling gear set items. Now, there are a couple backpacks and chest pieces that are not available to everyone in the game unless they do the Iron Horse raid. Let me show you right quick. Alright, so at the crafting bench, because I've already done all this, I have it unlocked. So if I go to my gear set items, here we go. So I can craft the Foundry Bulwark, and I can craft the Future Initiative chest pieces. Same with the backpacks, Future Initiative, and Foundry Bulwark. Now, what I am asking and proposing is why not allow these to be released into the general loot pool? The Iron Horse raid has been out for over a year, and a lot of people still do not have these items. They don't even know these items exist because they've never done the raid. So why not just release those? I'm not saying release the exotics. I'm saying release the gear set items. We did that. Excuse me. We did that with Aces and Eights, and we also did that with Negotiator's Dilemma within the Dark Hours raid. So why not do the exact same thing for the Iron Horse raid? Let everyone be able to use Future Initiative and Foundry Bulwark chest pieces and backpacks. I think that alone would help more build diversity, and that would also, I don't know, help out the community, I guess. Alright, so that is everything for raids. Now let's talk about clans. Pretty short. I personally think, let's see if I can pull it up. Clan, I might not be able to pull it up in here. I believe that we should increase the clan levels and bring out new, they're not perks, are they? They're just rewards. So more clan rewards and clan levels. I don't even know how to look that up, to be honest. Let's see, go to clan. Okay, here we go. So we do have the project's weekly cash. Okay, cool. However, you guys see here the upgrades. Every level would give you different upgrades or rewards, correct? Well, it only stops at level 30. And I don't know about you guys and your clan, whatever, but because I'm a day one player and I had this clan since day one, whatever, we've been level 30 for over 2 years. And it's kind of boring. Like, there's not much to do. You can play as a clan, but there's no initiative to actually do clan activities or anything like that. Once you do a clan raid, you get your cool little icon over your banner, and I mean that's really it. I think that they could really, capitalize on this potential and help customize more clan stuff. Whether it be add more apparel for the clan, whether it be add more customizable skins for the clan, things like that. Alright, so that's with the clan. Let's talk about the Dark Zone. Alright, so the Dark Zone. Don't slap me with hate mail. I already know. I personally want to reintroduce the Thieves' Den into the Dark Zone. The points are still there. The logos are still there, spread across the Dark Zones. You can still see all the access points for the Thieves' Den. I still don't understand why they took that out of the game, but I think you should really put the Thieves' Den back into the game, and then maybe just make those items more expensive. Maybe the developers thought that it was unfair that the PvP community got another secret vendor in the Thieves' Den. Maybe that's why they took it out. But in my opinion, you have to earn it. That was the whole point of doing rogue actions, building that up to unlock the Thieves' Den. And then once you got to the Thieves' Den, you would then have the vendor. I mean, it was a very special part of this game that they just took out without any explanation or warning. I think that should be reintroduced and maybe just raise the prices. Another thing, a lot of people hate status effects in the Dark Zone. So I did propose a nerf to status effects within the Dark Zone. I did. If you're upset at that, okay, I'm sorry. But status effects are broken within PvP, and I think the only way to get around that, don't just take them out of the game, but just nerf them a little bit. There should be no reason that I get hit with a burn sticky and I have to use all 3 of my medkits and then die because of the one burn sticky. I don't think that's fair. So maybe nerfing that a little bit, just so that it's not one hitting the entire crew every time they use it, you know what I mean? But there's that. Another thing that I mentioned, more exclusive apparel linked to the Dark Zone. Because right now all we have is this rogue outfit, and let me show you what the rogue outfit looks like. Now the rogue outfit is pretty ugly, I'm not gonna lie. Here's the rogue shirt. You already see the rogue pants. You already see the rogue shoes. What else is there? I believe there's a bandana. Let's see, rogue. Yep, rogue scarf. Kind of looks like a copy of Call of Duty Ghost. And then I believe there might be a beanie. Let's see. Yep, bandana. Look how ugly this outfit is. This outfit is hideous. And the funny thing is this is the only exclusive outfit linked to PvP. Whether it be Conflict or the Dark Zone, you can still unlock this outfit, but it's hideous. I have no idea why someone thought that was a great idea. So what I proposed was better apparel items exclusive to the Dark Zone. That way, we can have cooler looks. We already have like rogue gear dyes, so why not have like some cool rogue outfits? And I think that's everything for the Dark Zone. Now for Conflict, I have been saying this for a year and a half. They need to adequately increase the Conflict XP to then be transferred over to your watch level. I can go into the Dark Zone right now, and within 5 minutes, I can increase my watch level. It's that quick, that easy in the Dark Zone. I can, if I tried, I can increase my watch level within 5 minutes in the open world. It's that easy. I have been playing let me go see. I've been playing Conflict for over, I don't know, 2 years, and I have never, I repeat, never leveled up watch level from Conflict. I have played, let's see, where's it at? I've played 3,100 games of Conflict. I am level 100 on all characters, and I am still only watch level 1,700. If I were to spend that much time in the Dark Zone, I would probably be level 10,000 shade level. But instead, I'm a really low shade level, and it's because none of my XP from Conflict is adequately being transferred over to my watch level. So I think that is a huge change they need to bring to Conflict. That way it actually makes it worth it. You know, say I play 3 games of Conflict, I should go up a watch level. Say I play, 30 games of Conflict, I should go up 10 watch levels. That kind of deal. And again, I think they should add apparel exclusive to Conflict. Maybe have like a Dark Zone East outfit, Dark Zone South outfit, Dark Zone West outfit, and then maybe like a Conflict outfit. That way you get all of these new PvP exclusive outfits, that cater to the PvP community. And don't make them some fugly reskin, like actually make them look cool. And that is everything for Conflict and Dark Zone. The next part of this list, gear talents. I recommended that they rework the least used gear talents to promote more build diversity. This being Tag Team, Mad Bomber, Reassigned, Entrench, Overclock, Leadership, and Clutch. Yes, I think they should rework Clutch again. All of these gear talents are the least used gear talents in the game. Reason being is they all pretty much suck, and they have nothing even close to counter the current meta, whether it be Intimidate, Adrenaline Rush, Glass Cannon, Vigilance. Even Gunslinger and Versatile are still really, really good talents to run together, but all of these talents that I mentioned need to be reworked to help build the build diversity and just, make it even playing field. Now for weapon talents, same kind of deal. I want them to rework the least used weapon talents to promote more build diversity. This being Perpetuation, Overwhelm, Salvage, and even In Sync. Yes, you can blow me up with all the hate mail you want. I think In Sync and the Shield should not be able to work the way they do. I think that's broken. And same with the blue core attributes with the shield. All you have to do is put on all blues, put out a shield, and then have your weapon equipped with In Sync, and you're still going to do a buttload of damage. I think that is a part of the meta, quote unquote, that shouldn't be there. I think that's not working as intended. But that's it for weapon talents and gear talents. We're getting towards the last part of this. Alright, next up are the exotics. I don't think we should be able to enable all exotics in this game, just because it might be a little OP. But I did propose that we should be able to enable 2. Say it, be 2 weapons or 2 gear items that are exotic that you could use together. I think doing that would increase build diversity yet again without really doing anything. Whether it be you could use Coyote's Mask with the Memento, or say you could use, the Acosta Go Bag with the BTSU gloves, or, something along this line. Maybe you could use Tardigrade with Memento. That sounds OP. A lot of these things sound really good, Maybe run the vial with the BTSU gloves. I mean, there's a lot of really cool combinations that even just being able to enable 2 at a time would greatly increase the build diversity yet again. Let's see. Next up. So again, reworking exotics that aren't really being used. And right now, in my opinion, if you have the Ravenous rifle from the Iron Horse raid, that is the best exotic rifle in the game. Because, comparably, you have the Diamondback and you have the Merciless. The Diamondback, there is some debate that people are still using it, but Merciless, not at all. They nerfed that and changed that and threw it away, basically. I think that they should rework both of these rifles to help compete against the Ravenous. That way we have different rifles that we could use that are all, pretty damn good. Let's see. And then the last thing I wrote to them, and this is kind of like a fan favorite, is that if they are not going to let us enable at least 2 exotics at a time, then they should rework the Ninja Bike knee pads to be the exact same talent as the Ninja Bike backpack in the first game. And if you haven't played the first game, let me explain that. In the first game, we had what was called the Ninja Bike Messenger Bag. It was a backpack exotic that once you put that on, any brand set or gear set bonuses would go up by 1. So if you were running 1 Bellstone Armory and you had the Ninja Bike on, you would technically have 2 Bellstone Armory. If you had 1 Bellstone, 1 Sokolov, 1 Fenris, and the Ninja Bike, you would then have 2 Bellstone, 2 Sokolov, 2 Fenris. You see what I'm saying here. That way, if you do it that way, it would increase all diversity throughout all builds. Whether it be hybrid builds, gear set hybrid builds, DPS hybrid builds, skill hybrid builds, tank hybrid builds, what have you. If you were able to do that, like we did in the first game, it would make all builds better in one way or another. And that's everything about exotics. Alright, so last 2 things, hardcore mode and attributes. So hardcore mode. I've said this again for the last year and a half. Core mode, they kind of never touched it since they released it. Let's see if I can pull it up really quick. So if you go to your patches and you've done everything on hardcore mode, you have this patch right here, which was awarded to you once you got over gear set 500, which was a year 1 thing. And as soon as they enabled gear 2.0, this became obsolete. Where's another patch? Then you had this patch right here for completing Tidal Basin on hardcore, which again was a year 1 thing. Right next to it, defeating your first stronghold on hardcore. Again, a year 1 thing. Now all of these are all year 1. There were no patches, no accommodations, anything for year 2. And I personally have a level 40 hardcore character, and I think that, going from level 30 to 40 in hardcore should give you either the same number of rewards or more from the year 1. And I think that was a missed opportunity that they could come back and, reward all of the hardcore players that are putting their time and effort playing hardcore, and could have like a cool special patch or even like an outfit. Because the only thing you get in hardcore mode is a hat right here. A YOLO hat. And you get that from just reaching level 2 in hardcore mode. But from level 2 to 40, you get nothing as far as apparel. And from level 30 to 40, you get no patches, no rewards of any kind. So I think that they could easily add something to that for hardcore mode, and that would make the hardcore community a lot happier. And then the last thing I sent out and talked about were attributes. There were a lot of comments about attributes. Now, here's my thing. I personally think the base value of health should be doubled. So if you look at any build, all right, so right now I'm at 332,000 health. So everyone knows that as soon as you burn through my 1.9 million armor, you're going to melt me through my health because I only have 300,000 health. However, say I had 660,000 health, then it would be a lot harder to just kill me as soon as you got through my armor. Not only that, but doing that would also help out the health brand set bonuses and the health attributes. So, running One Piece 511 for that 10% health would actually help you. Maybe you could get up to, if you spec'd everything into health, maybe you could get up to 1,000,000 health. That way, once they burn you through your armor, they don't completely burn you through your health immediately. This would help, survivability. This would help time to kill. It would just help everything, whether it be PvP or PvE. Just enabling more health would greatly increase the playstyle of this game. The next one was explosive resistance. Explosive resistance should be a part of your hazard protection. So right here we have two different attributes. You have a hazard protection attribute, which helps you against burn, blind, bleed, disorient, disrupt, ensnare, poison, and shock. And then you have explosive resistance, that is just explosive resistance. I think that these two should be combined. If I have 100% hazard protection, I should have max explosive resistance. It makes no sense that if I run a hazard build against a, right, they throw down, a hive, and the hive doesn't even really hurt me. The bleed doesn't count, nothing. But if they switch to a mortar turret, they could still one-hit me even with hazard protection on. They could still one-hit me. But if I were to run all explosive resistance, they couldn't one-hit me with a sticky bomb or a mortar, but then they could kill me instantly with a status build. So I think combining those together would help combat against those one-hit sticky builds, those one-hit mortar builds, the status builds, whatever. And that would greatly increase, the playstyle of this game. Not only that, but I proposed that they should get rid of the explosive resistance attributes altogether, and then maybe go with, say, explosive damage. Because if I run all explosive damage on everything and I go up against a full hazard build that now also has full explosive resistance, it doesn't matter. It'd be completely negated. So that would be able to counter each other out. So why not get rid of explosive resistance, add it to hazard, and then just give us more explosive damage. That way, if we do go up against a hazard build, it's negated either way, and it really forces you to play in a strategic way. And last but not least, the DZ perks. I didn't talk about this when I was under the Dark Zone. I kind of skipped over it. I want them to be able to give us more DZ perks. You can see that each of these tiers have 4 options. However, only a few of these tiers only give you 2 options. The rest only give you 1. So tier 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. All of these tiers only give you 1 option. Why not give us 4 options? Why not have a complete row dedicated to PvE players? Say one of these tiers is more XP for landmarks, another one is more XP for supply drops, another XP boost for killing named enemies, things like that. That way, if you're a PvE player in the Dark Zone, you're given, perks that help you. If you're a PvP player in the Dark Zone, how about it just all be PvP? You know, your nameplate doesn't show that well. The shade agents nameplates show up more. You know, you get more XP for clearing manhunts. You get more XP for killing rogues. You get more XP for killing, you know, whatever. That way you could have 4 different categories for, you know, 4 different types of agents that were to go into the Dark Zone. And that is it. That is the complete list. I know that this is going to be a very long video, but I did talk to over a dozen creators and streamers. I did go through hundreds of comments on YouTube and over 100 comments on Discord. So I compiled them all into that list, and that is the list that I handed over to Yannick and the developers for the Division 2. Now, here's the disclaimer. None of this is guaranteed. Obviously, I am, you know, proud and humble to say that I was able to spearhead this and, you know, actually reach the director of the game. Like, he oversees the game. So I'm talking to the boss that is, you know, controlling the future of this game, and all of our voices are being heard. I've already gotten a reply. I'm not going to tell you what that reply is, but I can say that they are going to look at all of these things. Now, it is not guaranteed that all of these things would be implemented. It's not guaranteed that any of them will be implemented. However, these are quote unquote easy wins for the developers. These are all easy changes that will improve quality of life. And as a developer, that is what they want. They want to know what is the easiest way that I can help out the community without, you know, taking 400 hours of manpower to do it. Why not give me an easy fix that would help out the entire community? Why not give me an easy fix that would help out this type of community? And doing so, we have given them a lot of options to choose from. I think that even taking 5 of the things out of this entire list and doing that would greatly impact this community. So just remember that these are a great list of changes, and all of these seem to be pretty easy to implement. So if and when I hear anything about a quality of life patch, I'm gonna let you guys know, and then we can all celebrate, you know, Mazel Tov, you know, whatever, L'chaim, or, you know, salute, whatever you guys do before you drink. We'll be able to celebrate together. But that is it. This is Manic Mondays with Kamikazevondoom. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about these changes, what you would have added, what you would have, you know, not added, and all that. And while you're at it, don't forget to hit that like, subscribe to the channel. I'm Kamikazevondoom. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.